Cycling Lawton again on this beautiful day, March 7th. It's around 9 o'clock. Hope you guys are doing excellent out there. You are so fortunate to be here in this space. If you guys are here, just know that, I show this a lot, but, we're here on this adoption curve, probably a little bit further here. And, this journey is, I'll show the rainbow chart. I don't like the rainbow chart other than the fact that, it points out a really good opportunity to actually buy here. And if you guys, know this game, we might be catching that inside of the rainbow, but this thing is going to start like curling back up, and I do like fractals, and I'm going to show you guys, some other analysts, some fractals that they're seeing. This one's going around. This is actually pretty awesome. Fractal here. That again, we're getting a wick right now, you guys. So we'll see how far this wick goes. I'll show you guys that. Here it is again. This bullish megaphone pattern, you guys. We'll go out to Bitcoin here. I'll turn off some of these indicators. I was playing around with Luxago tonight, but check it out. Like, what do we see here? We're seeing a bullish megaphone. We set a higher low, a lower high, higher high, and this macro structure, you guys. I really do want to see Bitcoin getting above this like 32 to 37,000 range is a pretty big move right now. I don't think that's going to happen right now. Honestly, I think the highest we're going to go is this 618. And this is kind of what I've had drawn for a while here. Bitcoin has never existed, you guys, in an environment where, the Dow Jones basically look at the Dow Jones, right? Like, you guys, Bitcoin has only lived and cryptos have only really been in existence. They were in work, right, in the 90s, but, it wasn't until Bitcoin actually was created that we had this revolution of separation of state and money, you guys, and a realization that decentralization is the thing that is going to increase humanity's evolution. Like, we're evolving right now, and whether or not you guys see that or not, but this is basically from 2000 2008, so like, right? So this is what, you guys, this right here, this is what Bitcoin has seen, okay, in the stock market. This is the regular Dow Jones. This is what basically it's seen. It's seen some dips, okay, but we've only seen this basically when they say that the stock market only goes up. Well, that's kind of true. Like, if you guys zoom out like long enough, right? Let's go back to the monthly here. And this is really the real scenario, you guys. Like, I love this chart. I love history. We are children of history, no matter whether you like it or not. And history is only told by the victors, right? So there's like that skew sometimes that is put on history. Anyways, tangent. So throughout the history of the stock market since 1897, okay, we've been in this situation where the best I think that we can hope for in the next 10 15 years, the best I think we can hope for is this kind of like sideways movement. And unfortunately, this kind of coincides with the W word, right? Like, this was Vietnam right here. And hopefully this doesn't go sideways. I would like to see a flush, right? I wouldn't say, I would say it's probably going to, we have more like with the plunge protection team in, right? So we're not going to get quite like this right now. But I could see like consecutive days where we're hitting like the limit, and you can only sell so fast and buy so fast. So if you're in like big dollar investments, you guys, you can't just like get out all at one time, even if you wanted to, and a lot of times. So, um, these big entities, you guys have to get out kind of slowly so as not to kind of crash the market. So they'll crash over a period of time, and this thing could last, you guys. This was like literally, I want to point this out that this time period is no joke. This is from 19 basically. If you would have bought in 1965, if you were 60 years old, okay, in 1965, you were counting on your investment, like making money, you died and your investment didn't make any money, okay? And that's why it's like I want you guys to be safe. I want you to be careful. And even if you would have bought the top in 1929, the Great Depression, right? You would have had to wait till 1954 to break even again. Okay. And I don't want you guys to be part of that. And when the big money realizes that this might have been a top for like 10, 15 years, when that happens, and we're not breaking all-time highs until like 1939, okay, there's going to be a capitulation moment, okay? And there'll be an opportunity, in the next like 3 or 4 years to buy this amazing dip, okay? Or would I, this could be a lot of different things too. We could be switching to a CBDC or something. But I mean, check this out, you guys. Like the Nigerians rejected their CBDC, right? They just like literally are demanding paper money, which seems crazy to me too, right? You, they're waiting in line to not, you guys, to get the paper, right? Like they're getting paper. And it seems crazy to me, but we'll get into Bitcoin's charts, you guys. There is some positive things, there are some negative things, always out there. I'm leaning, I mean, as again, like Bitcoin has only existed for 14 years. So, and it was during a time where we've had this massive money injection of US dollars. And the people that say that, I do see a case that Bitcoin is like the ultimate derivative of the US dollar, even though it exists independently of the US dollar and the network, right? In the system, it's a separate network. Excuse me. Cheers, you guys. Even if it is a separate network, ultimately people talk about Bitcoin as the price of US dollars. Like today, the price of Bitcoin is $22,141, right? We've all agreed that all around the world that that's the price of Bitcoin. Okay, but it's in US dollars term. We're not viewing Bitcoin as Bitcoin, right? And so there might be a day where we're talking about Satoshis, and denominations of money, right? So Bitcoin can be divided 100 million times, and that's a lot more than the dollar, right? So that can be only divided 100 times. So when we start talking about Bitcoin as far as like how much Satoshis equals a cup of coffee, then we can get a baseline on the new system, right? Because I think that people are going to reject, you guys, even though these guys are they're rejecting their CBDC for like paper money, which is crazy, right? So like, I don't know. I mean, you guys, this is seriously worrisome. The yield curve is the worst inversion we've ever seen in like the history. Like the no one's buying 30-year bonds, you guys. Everybody's buying 3-month to 1-year bonds because they're getting 4.5%, right? So this is like literally 1.5%. This is the biggest inversion we've seen ever on the inversion curve. So does that spell trouble for the dollar? Yeah, I mean, it spells trouble for everybody, you guys. Like we're gonna have a really bad crash. Okay, like there's no soft landing on this. You guys think the Fed has control of this thing? That is a fallacy. Okay, I kind of like zooming out on the SPY, right? Look at these channels, you guys. This is also something I want to show you. Like, look at these channels, okay? I can see a break right now, and this is the regular stock market, okay? And I'm just zooming out a lot, okay, and not turning on some indicators here. I should turn on, I just want to see what's going on with this. Okay, so like we were in the red zone. You guys want to sell in the red zone, basically take profits, and then you want to buy it when you starts going into this green zone is how the Lux algo works. So we are on the sell though. This is on the monthly, okay? So I want to zoom in a little bit. We'll go back, we'll go to the weekly, okay? And I'm gonna turn off Lux algo. And what do we see here? Okay, we do see a bear flag emerge. Okay, and usually a triangle, even if it's a symmetrical triangle, usually it breaks. It's like a 65% chance of breaking the direction that it came into. Okay, so we're talking about, this is what we're talking about. If this thing breaks up, holy hell in a handbasket! Like, thank God. Okay, right? This thing breaks up, but it breaks down, which, I mean, the signs right now, you guys, is that this thing's going to break down. And we might not go all the way as low as this, okay? This is just like, it breaks down, and then it's just going to be this capitulation move, right? Like the banks are going to be like, oh crap, we're over leveraged, we're going under, we're going to take everybody else's money too while we're at it, and then start to shove a CBDC down our throats. I'd be like, hey, the only way you can pay for anything is with this new CBDC, so you have to take it. And we'll be like, okay, yeah, we'll take your CBDC, and because we're trading with seashells and silver over here. So I don't know. I don't know really what's going to happen here, because I think the stock market, we still have some room to the downside. There might be a case that this thing breaks up, but this would be like, we have to, it would be a blow off top for the century books, right? Like, it's possible that this thing breaks up, but the odds right now are that this thing breaks down, and then we're going to form a new channel down here, right? Like, that's just how this thing looks. If you zoom out far enough, all I see is these like channels, okay? And we have these like events. And, this is the dot-com bubble. This is the housing market. And we're pretty far up there, you guys. I can see this thing come down, at least test this low right here, and form this like maybe macro head and shoulders, which would be really bad. Okay, and then come down even lower, and then form this wherever we're going to start. Okay, we're going to form a channel, right? So this is really speculative. Okay, but this is also not breaking all-time highs until 2031. That's a realistic. You guys could wait. If you're lucky, you're gonna wait 10 years. Okay. If you're unlucky, then this thing's gonna get dragged out, or we're gonna go to a new system completely, or a new standard completely. So I really want to be positive out there, you guys. I think that there's going to be some room in cryptos and physical metals to help us through this. And even things like as simple as food and energy, and your Starlink or whatever. I'm on order for Starlink. We'll see. But I think being able to connect to the internet is going to be a pretty valuable thing. Metals right now are getting slammed just to switch gears right now for Prospector out there. Shout out to Kyle. Shout out to JBZ. You guys are my homies. You guys like stay crypto strong. My crypto warriors out there. I think that Bitcoin is going to be a thing. It's going to be in the thing well into the future, at least 100 years. Okay, I don't know what happens when you mine the last Bitcoin. I haven't done a lot of research into that, but maybe we'll have switched over to proof of stake by then, or some other algorithm, proof of something else that we haven't discovered right yet. So this thing is moving, and it's an evolution. I hope you guys are moving along with it. Cheers to everybody that's out there. You guys are the strong. I appreciate you. Like, subscribe to my channel. I do this for the community. I do this for the decentralized aspect of crypto and the way of the future. I believe that the US government is going to get on board and adopt a crypto, at least a partial crypto standard, probably along with physical metals. And I think that moving to a purely silver or gold standard would actually play into Russia and China's hands. And I think that we should actually explore a lower capped coin. And Litecoin is staring us in the face, you guys. And Litecoin is the one, you guys. And if you guys don't know about Litecoin, okay, the foundation was established basically when Charlie cashed out at the top. Okay. And I don't even know how much he cashed out on. But basically he basically cashed out on, right now it's going like, 5-year high. Okay. We kind of broke it a little bit on the 21st. I think we just went barely higher, okay, than where Charlie cashed out on. But God bless Charlie, dude. I think he had great intentions. I still think he's one of those people that has transcended money. And I think he has a lot to offer in this world as far as a personality. And I think he's put out the perfect currency, and it's just basically waiting for us to adopt in the Lightning Network and the way that it shares that with Bitcoin. You guys, this thing's going to be a powerhouse, okay? And even the most expensive Litecoin transaction is still like a lot cheaper than the cheapest Bitcoin transaction, if that makes sense. And it's not even close. Okay. So you're always going to save money by sending Litecoin other than Bitcoin. And you have, shared Lightning Network, and you have privacy features. And you have the proof of work, right? So like, I think a true crypto has to have proof of work, you guys. Proof of stake. It sounds good on paper. It's one of those things that sounds good on paper, but it's just basically like, the printing press. Okay. It's no different than the government controlling a printing press on a centralized entity. No matter how you, break up the entity, right? You could have like a random lottery pool, but it's like, how do I know that your code, you can't turn it off and on, right? Like Solana, you guys, Solana, you can turn off and on. Why would you invest in something you can turn off and on? Litecoin went up, it's working 100% of the time. Never failed a transaction in its existence. Okay, the network is solid. Bitcoin's network is now solid. It did have a failed transaction in the early days. Most people don't even know about that, but so Litecoin is even has a more perfect record right now than Bitcoin, right? Even though Bitcoin is the solo king, right? So the king. And I think there's room for all these, if Ethereum can do proof of stake, you guys, I bought some more Ethereum on this dip, you guys. I bought some more Ethereum because I do believe in this project, and we are breaking out. We could even come down as low as, $1,000 again. And I would still consider this a breakout, you guys. I don't even like to look at it like that. We'll go to the 4-hour just for you traders out there. I am learning a lot from this algorithm. So I give you guys the full Monty on this. So this is ETH. We are in the middle. If you guys look at everything, Bitcoin, everything's just kind of sitting right in the middle right now. We're not in a buy zone. We're not in a sell zone. So like there's really no trades going on right now. We're if you guys want to accumulate right now, you can accumulate a little bit, but I would be waiting. Silver going below $20 is crazy, you guys. Like, I think silver is one of those ones that, it's a pretty obvious buy right now. at least accumulation for you stackers out there. There's some things you stack, and there's some things that you stack and then you trade long term. And I think cryptos are kind of those. It's like a beautiful like 4-year swing trade is kind of how you do it. I think to maximize your profit, you guys just kind of dollar cost average, and then sell big chunks when you go like 10x. Okay, and so that's just a good strategy out there. I don't know what you guys do, but that's kind of one of those things. You can't get too greedy, and you got to learn how to take profits once you start getting into the positive zone. And traditionally speaking, for Bitcoin, okay, we'll go back to Bitcoin because I just did the regular stock market, right? The SPY. So in Bitcoin's history, if you go back, you only have to wait like 3 years to be in profit, ever. Okay, you don't have to ever wait 30 years to be in profit. Even if you buy these tops, you'd have to wait. You guys, I bought the top. Okay, I don't do anything. I just hold it and I wait 1,300 days. Okay, in profit. Okay, so you have to wait 4 years, 3 years. Okay, a little less than 3 years, or a little less than 4 years. So this one, same deal, 1,200 days, right? So if you hold it long enough, I would say even if you bought this top, or you're still looking at, you're probably at least you're going to be breaking even by 2024, December 2024, right? Latest early, May 2025. Okay, so we might have to wait that long, you guys. We might have to wait. We might have to have the world work out some issues right here, and then we're gonna go to the moon. All right, and I believe in it, you guys. I hope you guys believe in it. Crypto warriors out there, let me know what you guys are doing right now. Are you buying? Are you selling? Are you holding? The indicators right now are pretty neutral for me, so I'm not doing anything. I actually buy some more ETH recently. Sheeb, Litecoin, I bought some more, but I accumulate. I'm just putting my long-term bags, you guys, and I'm not really doing any of the big, any swing trading right now. So besides my accumulation bags, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys are doing. I'm really interested. Like, subscribe, Litecoin Mountain now.